Hi Paul, welcome today. Thank you for your time. Did you have a good rest over Christmas period?
It's been very quiet, as with most others, due to the circumstances.
Oh, we just had a quiet one as well. There were only four of us on the Christmas day. Quite a laid back day. Children weren't best pleased about having to get dressed though, seeing as though we weren't going out anywhere.
We bought matching Christmas Day PJs, and the kids loved that we got out of one set and into another.
Oh, that's lovely. And are you feeling all refreshed now for 2021?
Yeah, just hoping for a better year.
I think we all are, aren't we? Do you understand the reason for our meeting today?
Yes, it's for us to discuss my performance.
Yeah, we'll go through how you performed over the last 12 months, review how you're feeling in your role, how you feel you're performing, review where you're sitting in line with the business's achievements and your team's achievements, and also what you want to achieve and what's your support and support any ambitions that you've had. Are you aware of what our business's objectives are?
Well, have there been talks of growing?
Yeah, so the business is wanting to grow with the acquisition of smaller online retailers across the UK and overseas, and all our team are really imperative to the success of that growth, and your role in supporting the customers' satisfaction is vitally important, and I want you to be a part of the future of the growth of the business. And how does that make you feel?
Well, that sounds exciting and feels like my role of warehouse operator is important.
The role that you have as warehouse operator is vitally important, and the hard work and the effort is always recognised. Since we last spoke we last spoke 9 months ago. How do you feel you've been getting on since then?
I think I've been consistent with my work, however, there have been a few issues. I had the grievance against me, but I've tried hard to think about my approach with other, and I've had no problems with Dave since it was resolved.
Oh, that's really great to hear, and I've had really positive feedback that there's been no further incidents being observed, and you've got a much more softer approach towards your colleagues, which is brilliant. How do you feel about the whole situation?
I'm a bit embarrassed, to be honest, and think it's affected my working relationship with other colleagues.
Okay, and why do you feel that way?
Well, I don't get on with any of the others. There's only Phil that I really talk to, and who gives me the time of day. So I'm struggling with it, to be honest. I think the grievance has made it harder for me to make friends here.
How do you think that that could be improved? Is there anything that you think that you could do to improve that?
Well, I know I don't get involved in any of the company social activities. I just feel awkward, really, to do that, but I wish I felt I could.
I think it's really great that you acknowledge that there's low interaction between you and your you and the rest of the team. Some things that that is something that we can support you in if you wish.
Well, that sounds great. I have heard that there is a football team in the company.
Absolutely, and the players aren't just from our department, they're from across all departments within the organisation. They train on Tuesday evenings. All the details of that are on the team notice board, and I think there might be a few people that play from our team.
All right, it's something I can look at.
Yeah.
I'll ask who plays and who I contact in joining.
Yeah, great. I think that'd be a real confidence builder for you. Also, I can organise for us to have a buddy set in place to support you. There can be a point of contact, so if you've got any quick questions that you want to ask that you don't feel that you need to go to the team leader for. Also, it'll give you support in building rapport with others, because you'll be able to have that conversation with them, and it'll be something that you'll be able to build on with the rest of the team. And hopefully that'll encourage you to be able to feel more confident in joining the social events. How do you think that would help?
I'll probably be more motivated to come to work and be able to concentrate on more without it being at the back of my mind that break time is coming and no one talks to me.
What do you mean by it will motivate you more coming to work?
Well, I enjoy doing my job and I think that I'm good at it, but I just don't like the working atmosphere.
Has it had an impact on you coming to work at all?
No, I always come to work, but I think I may be more productive.
How so?
Well, feeling more comfortable in the environment.
Okay. Thanks for that insight. It's good that the work and the environment that you work in isn't having an impact on you coming to work. Are there any other external factors for the reasons that you've had you've had some absences over the last 12 months? Because I've no record for them because there's no return to work logs.
Well, no, I never received the return to work. I know I had a few days off together on a few occasions, and it was to take my wife to medical appointments.
Is it something serious, or is it something that you're going to need support with now, or in the future in terms of time off again?
No, she's got the all clear now, so I shouldn't need any more time off.
Okay. You know that you can come and talk to us, don't you? Because informing us of situations can help us support you in times of need, specifically with time off and things like that. And it is all confidential.
Oh, thanks. I didn't think I would get the time off, so I just didn't come in.
No, I am aware that you didn't follow the actual absence reporting procedure. Are you aware of the procedure?
I'm not 100% of the process, no. I didn't ask after the first time because no one said anything from me not coming in.
Okay, that's something we can have a look at and pop that into your action plan for you. It's not a problem to make sure that you're aware of what the full reporting process is. Do you understand the consequences of you just not reporting in?
Just less work gets achieved in the day that I'm off.
Anything else other than just productivity?
Not really.
Well, just from a working perspective, yes, productivity is affected. However, it's more along the lines of concerns for your health, and with you not turning up, we're not aware of whether or not you've been in an accident on your way to work, and it's just peace of mind more than anything on your well-being. And then if there is anything else in future that we need, we can support you in that. There is obviously the additional workload for colleagues, but the biggest impact is us making sure that your well-being is okay.
I just didn't realise and probably would have spoken about it if I'd have had the return to work.
That is something that we will make sure that that's done in future for you, and just be aware that if you do need anything or any support, because that time would have been allocated for you to be able to take your wife, obviously under the circumstances, but just be aware that you have got that contact with us. So I'd love to hear about your aspirations now.
Well, I'd really like to work towards team leader.
Oh, that's wonderful. Being informed about your progress, and it's amazing. And we can look at the support needed to assist you in your aspirations. But how do you feel like you're achieving at the moment?
I'm doing okay. I'm achieving what's been set as my targets.
You are, absolutely. And on month 9, you increased by 33%. Versus your target, which is absolutely amazing. The last 2 months, however, you had a 20 output per hour, and how do you feel that compared versus your target?
Well, it's more than 18 targeted, so I'm quite happy with that. What is the team average?
So team average is 23.5 output per hour, and yes, you massively improved on your target of 18 by achieving the 20, but in months 7 to 9 you increased up to 33%. You increased 33% on what you were targeted, and on weeks 11 and 12 you dipped back down to just an 11% increase. So although your increase was great, your progression seems to have dipped. What do you think there's any particular cause for that?
Well, I really thought with me doing target setting, I was doing what was asked of me.
Definitely, achieving above the target is brilliant. I just want you to understand that the trajectory that you set on how you were progressing was absolutely amazing, and just for you to understand that how you've progressed, and then the last 2 months you've dipped, I just want you to understand that that's something that we'd have a look at. Can you think of any reason why you might have had a challenging 2 months?
Well, looking at the time, it's probable a mix of the time off I had and the grievance. I didn't actually know what track I was on. I never really looked at it that way. How can I get the best in class?
What do you think you need to do to achieve best in class? What input do you think you need to do?
Well, how far off am I?
Well, the last 2 months' performance was 20, and class best is 23.5. So you're only 3.5 away. And like I said, your development's declined over the last 3 months. So it's about realising the factors that have affected you in the last 2 to 3 months that caused the decline in your progression.
So if I concentrate on the outcome, do you think I will achieve the class best?
Do you think it's achievable?
I do. I think I can do this.
I think it'd be great if you can turn it around. It's a great benchmark on the commitment to your role and then steps to your progression. And yes, you did achieve 20 in the last two. All we want you to do is to just continue with how you were on the months running up to that. And if we can kind of put that behind us, then that's going to make for success.
Okay, if I work on the KPI, what else will it take?
What else do you think it'd take for you to become a team leader?
Well, I'm going to need to work and communicate with them all. So I really need to be looking at building on the social aspect of my job. So I will start by looking at the football team.
Absolutely, that's great to hear that you're going to start looking at the social aspects of things. I think it'll really help you in terms of your confidence working alongside the team. And don't forget, we'll also allocate you a buddy as we discussed earlier, and I can get Frank to support you with that. How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, that would be good. I'm a little worried on how you'll set that up though.
Oh, Frank's been with us for many years and he's previously been a coach in this type of circumstance where he's buddied up with people that want extra support. So he'll be more than happy to take on the role of guiding you through anything that you need.
Well, yeah, that'd be great if he's happy with that. I just don't want to be a burden.
You won't be a burden, we're all a team, and don't ever feel like you'd be a burden. I think the biggest thing that you need to understand is that we want you here, you're doing great, and it's just about getting you progressing that little bit further. Do you have any questions?
Well, how long do you think it'll take to get to be a team leader?
Well, I think you need to remember it's a gradual thing, and first and foremost, if we go with the aiming for best in class, and you can take it from there, looking at team leader development once we've achieved your goals within your current role, and then we can see what we can get out of you and what development we can set up for you going forward.
Okay then, well, can we just go over again what I need to work on?
Yeah, of course we can. So I think that if we look at work on building your rapport with your colleagues, look at a consistent output versus your target, aiming for the best in class within the 6 months, looking at 21.5, and by the 12 months aim for 23.5%, and make sure that we're following the absence reporting process correctly. And also identifying your self-development opportunities that you can, if there's something new that you think that you can learn, that you see somebody else that's doing that interests you, then by all means ask that question, is that something else that you want to do? And in terms of what we can do for you, we'll set up the buddy system so that you've got somebody as a first point of contact. We'll make sure that we've got your employee handbook back to you to reiterate the policies and procedures, which will cover the absence reporting, but also allocate your job description. We'll also make sure that we receive we give you in the output feedback that's required, so you know where you're sitting on a weekly, fortnightly, monthly basis. But we'll have them catch-ups by every other week to start with, and as your progression improves, then we'll take it onto a monthly review, and we'll aim for 6 month review and to set up your next half's objectives. How do you feel about those?
Yeah, they're really achievable. I think the hardest thing for me is the building the social contacts within the team, but I can do that over time.
Definitely, things like that do take time because building relationships don't come overnight. But I think identifying it is stepping you in the right direction. So, any more questions?
No, that's it, thank you.
No, thank you for your time, and it's been lovely catching up with you. What I'll do is I'll collate all the information that we've gone through today, and then I'll transfer that onto a review form for a copy for you to sign and one for you to keep, so you'll have access to that at all times. One will go to your team leader and we'll send one off to HR for your personnel folder. So good luck with your career in future.
Yep, thanks again.
No, thank you, and you're welcome, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Thank you.